Cameron, what is Uppity Nigro syndrome?
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to today's episode of Solutions. So on today, we'll be discussing the unrealized effects of Uppity Negro syndrome in the Black community. So with that said, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. As always, I pray that y'all having a blessed day and enjoy the video.
Cameron, what is Uppity Negro syndrome?
So Uppity Negro syndrome is when you have a population of Black people that basically act better than the rest of Black people that are, let's say, less fortunate, and it's visible, almost tangible. And honestly, in my eyes, it's disgusting. One of my mentors, he says that as long as we're for sale, prostitution and slavery can never end. And that's something that has stuck to me to this day. As y'all can see, it's been on the top of my head this whole time. So I personally have taken the initiative to say I'm going to be intentional in building and rebuilding the Black community inside out in my life. Hello. What's going on, y'all? It's Cam from Solutions. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to all the Black-owned businesses out there. Shout out to all the HBCUs out there. With that said, I hope y'all enjoy the video and that y'all have a blessed day. I'm bro.
What has been your experience with Uppity Negro syndrome?
So, ever since I was younger, my dad was actually a realtor, has been for at least the last 20 years, which is basically my entire life. Coming out of that, both of my mentors are in real estate. Both of them are in home improvement. One of them is the owner of an ADT franchise. Shout out to 007 Security. The other is the owner of a construction company. Shout out to 1822 Enterprises. I've basically been in this network of brown and Black people in real estate for, I'd say, around the last 2.5 to 3 years specifically, where I personally have had direct connection with said individuals. Honestly, the lack of collaboration has been nothing short of disgusting. And my mentor, Mr. Lamont Ellaby, he throws events, the annual Champagne Closings Gala. Champagne Closings is where we attend a homeowner's closing process at the title company or at their new home. So basically everything that he does is about taking care of the client. And to see that our people are taking advantage of that, and the fact that him relocating to Atlanta has resulted in much stronger relationships, people that he's seen reciprocal business done by, is honestly displaying the difference between down south and up north for the most part. Like I always say, the west side of Chicago has a tight-knit family type of feel, and the south side is like we think of the crabs in the barrel mentality. So him relocating basically allowed him to, as he says, go where he's celebrated, not tolerated. So living through that for 2.5 to 3 years is really what's prepared me to go through this topic.
Cameron, what unrealized effects are you referring to?
The main thing that I see is the lack of collaboration. The only way that we'll see national and maybe even international Black-owned brands the way that we say we want to is through collaboration. The term self-made millionaire honestly doesn't apply for a large majority of, let's say, our people that are trying to come up in this space. Like, what Fortune 1000 or 500 company can you name that doesn't have a leadership structure? Like, everyone says, yeah, I want to be a CEO, but these companies, a big thing that's important, we talk about delegation, but honestly, it really needs to be teamwork, because delegation is like you putting the work off on someone else, which is cool, but you still have to be a leader. I always believe that the companies that have leadership structure opposed to, let's say, employee structures, you want to be seen as a leader. You don't want to be seen as a boss. Now, it's cool if y'all have an understanding, whatever, you come in, do what you got to do and leave, but the companies that truly succeed are the ones that take pride in the culture that their company has. We fail to pay attention to the fact that we have no problem paying full price or even a higher price for companies that aren't Black-owned than Black-owned businesses when they offer the same products and or services. If you know the owner of a Black-owned brand, you shouldn't ask for a discount, unless they offer one, of course. And if you're the owner, a lot of people are saying, Black-owned businesses are unprofessional or, let's say, high-priced. You need to pay attention to the feedback that your clients and your team is giving you, because honestly, the people that will tell you how to improve your company are the people that you're selling services to or you're allowing to buy. My mentor always says that people don't like to be sold, they like to purchase. Meaning you lead with education, you lead with making sure that the client is welcome, you lead with making sure that the needs of the client are heard, and you pay attention to how the solution that you're providing will take care of whatever the problem is. Like say it's food, no. Cut from where I was like say it's food, cut all that, because it ain't, I don't have to say that. That's a whole different topic. I'm gonna add a question. So ask me, what would you say is stopping us from collaborating?
So Cam, what would you say is stopping us from collaborating?
So for our people, the main barrier to entry for collaborating and even getting it. So for our people, the main barrier to entry for collaborating and even getting into specific business industries is knowledge. A lot of it is knowledge, and on top of that, applied knowledge. And even after digesting the knowledge that's necessary for us to be successful, then you have the theme of crabs in a barrel, or people hating, or people trying to take advantage of others. Like I mentioned earlier, my mentor that's in construction, he collaborated with a woman Black-owned construction company, and they were working on a downtown high-rise. She said she had her own people. She was a general contractor. He owns a construction company, basically taking the role of a general contractor, but he brought the deal to her because he has a relationship with the owner. So this is after renovation, $1.8 to $2 million condo, and he brought her in to collaborate. So she brought in two of her tradesmen, meaning like, let's say framing and maybe flooring. Long story short, the numbers that she gave, she was taking over $10,000 off the top. She was taking $12,000 from the deal between the tradesmen that she brought to the table. In my eyes, you're allowing $12,000 to keep you from a multi-million-dollar collaboration, a multi-million-dollar business relationship, because as you can see, he's connected with individuals that have multi-million-dollar condos. So I'm sharing with you, as you go into business, don't allow a one-time benefit to keep you from a reciprocal relationship. So another key aspect, if you do end up finding success in your path, like say you do end up scaling a successful business, you have to be intentional in taking a position of humility. So say you walk in your path and you actually do end up finding success in scaling your business, you have to pay special attention and make sure that you assume a position of humility, because you're leading by example for the people that are watching you, and it'll be a lot harder to hate on you when you're being humble and maybe even taking it a step further and making sure that you provide resources for your community. A huge problem that isn't acknowledged enough is how we measure success through materialism. Honestly, it's not really about how much you've accumulated. It's about what you do with what you've accumulated, the impact that you have on the lives of others, because that's ultimately what will bring fulfillment, what will bring purpose. And a lot of people, after they complete their goals, they're like, well, what am I going to do in life? A lot of people have kids when they wealthy and their kids are depressed. That's because there's a lack of purpose. When there's no fulfillment, there's no reason for living. So make sure that you raise your children on purpose. As people move out of the hood, we'll continue to actually contribute to the redlining that we see, because we're taking the individuals that know better out of the community, and then we're continually getting worse because we have a population of uppity Negroes that look down on the less fortunate, and the middle class is primarily composed of followers that follow in the influence of said uppity Negroes that we glorify, that honestly don't put resources back into the Black community. If the children of the upper class end up dating outside of their race because that's all they see, or the people that they're raised around, they see Black people as ghetto, we'll literally see a decrease in Black people. We'll literally see a population decrease, which is honestly the goal, because, you know, the West Side, Cabrini Green, which is now all swanky, you know, Wicker Park, West Town, which is all high value real estate just because the man says that it's high value real estate, and displaced all of those black families. We have to be intentional. The reason why we don't see wealth translating across generations in black families is because of this sense of materialism and the lack of purpose. When you build your company based on culture, based on purpose, then that's something that you can teach. Materialism is something that's handed down. It's hard to keep up something that's handed down because you don't understand it. Your values aren't the same. But when your core values are clearly defined, that's something that you can teach. And that's something that can continue after you've, let's say, passed on. If you raise your children based on purpose, servitude, and stewardship, not only will they grow what it is that you pass down to them, but they'll actually find fulfillment in their lives. They'll actually enjoy waking up every day. It won't just be about who has the most money or who has the fastest car. It'll be joy. It'll be them being able to go somewhere and just have a good time. It'll be them being able to go somewhere and have a good time. She can't even say that because she was young. No, that's funny. And they'll be able to be a blessing unto others at the same time. I don't know about y'all, but that sounds like a black community that I strive to do my part in creating. So with that said, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. As I shared, I pray that y'all had a blessed day and that y'all have a blessed week as well. Peace out.